Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me for another live class here on Facebook. We're going to do, today's class is going to be high energy and some hamstring stretching. So we'll start the first part of the class using large body movements, getting your blood rate up, creating energy, and then later in the class we'll be doing some hamstring stretches, gentle stretches. We'll be standing, we'll be using a chair, and we'll also get on the floor. So we've got a lot to fit in. And then tomorrow's live class is going to be pain relieving moves for the low back. So come back for that one. If you're watching this on Facebook right now and you want somebody that you love to get 3 months free access to the movewithcassie.com website where there's a lot more of these classes, just hit the sign up button right here on Facebook. If you're watching at a later time, at a later time on YouTube, there'll be links down below in the description. And on both platforms, please take the time to like, follow, subscribe, even leave some comments about what kind of exercises you would like to see in the future. So let's go ahead and get started. Have your shoes off and let's just take a nice deep cleansing breath to begin, okay? Inhale. Hello to all my Lexington Fitness members that are watching right now. It's the best way right now for us to stay connected. Let's just draw those arms back. And a nice big exhale towards the front, letting the back relax, and then just smoothly coming back up. Inhale. Exhale right over to the front. I've been seeing a lot of activity on Facebook and Instagram. I think these gentle stretching classes are really catching on because I've been seeing more and more instructors doing these same kind of classes. So inhale, exhale. It's good that people are learning the benefits of stretching. All right, nice big reach, okay? One arm at a time. Keep your feet in place for now. Reach, exhale. So this is not going to be high impact aerobics by any means. This is going to be gentle, zero impact, but high energy. Okay, so right now we're starting just to get that knee loosened up and that arm and shoulder swinging, one side and then the other. As you do this one, let's go knee to knee. Have your feet wider than you think though, because when your knees bend, I'd like them to not to go past your toes. Switch arms again, reach, reach. Nice and smooth, get the neck turning, get that elbow lifting a little higher than the head. All right, now let's just start moving the feet left and right. Pull it back, pull, pull, pull. Reach, just little steps. Now let's do a couple quick ones. They're small and quick. Reach it, warming up your hips. Arms forward. Now wide, wide. A little bend in the knee. Remember, you're using energy, but you'll be creating energy for the rest of your day. Reach, reach. Now to the ceiling and lift. Nice little bend in the knee. Reach it. Good. Up. Now, of course, you can go at your own pace. I know I teach to a wide range of fitness levels. Come up. Now we're going to swing. Same leg. Swing. Place that leg. Place it purposefully, toe to heel, with a little stretch into your hip. Other leg, across, place it. Keep going, a few more. All right, slowing it down again. Lift, inhale, down to the left hip, up, right hip. Starting to twist your spine, reach and twist. We want to make sure we go through all of your joints every day. It's called daily maintenance. Now a little lower towards the knee. Nice and smooth. It's okay to have a little bend in the knee to ease the hamstrings, and a little lower. And down. All right, 2 arms. We'll add the knees, wider feet, okay? And up. We're keeping the torso fairly upright here. We're not leaning forward. We're just using the knees to get you lower. Bending the knees and hips. As you warm up, feel free to get lower and really begin stretching through the groin. Good. All right, let's go back to the side steps, only one leg at a time, okay? Reach, reach. We're stepping it back, or I should say we're stepping to the side, but our hips are moving backwards, okay? Now we'll keep our hands in front and just extend, extend, extend. Okay, all your weight's on this center leg. Bend at the knee, bend at the hip. Reach, reach. Other leg, reach it. And let yourself breathe heavy. Bringing oxygen for all your muscles. Reach, reach. Now let's switch legs for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not shifting our weight, okay? Keep all the legs centered here, as if your toes aren't even touching the floor. Keep it going. Switch it for 4, 3, 2, other leg. Reach, reach, reach. Now to the back. Use your arms, one leg. All the weight's on your forward leg. Reach it back, reach. Switch it, reach. Two more. All right, now lift, bring the foot up. Lift, foot up. Reaching for those feet. Practicing like the act of putting your sock on in the morning. Use your stomach, switch legs. Lift, reach. Lift, reach, lift. Keep going. A few more. All right. Now heels to the back. Back, hands on your hips. Just keep switching it up. The whole point is just really keep moving. We don't have to be synchronized. Let's start lifting the arms out to the side. Lift, lift, lift. Bringing that heel towards your butt, stretching your quads, those muscles on the front of the legs here. Keep going to the front and pull, pull. Pull those elbows back using the muscles in your upper back. Pull. Now keep your feet down, just touch, 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 touch. Lift, pull, pull. Feel your upper back. A few more. Now move your feet, okay? Touch. Little bends in the knees, touch, touch to the front, touch. Keep going. Big arms, okay? And circle. Feet can stay in place again. Feet in place, circle the arms. Reverse, to the back, to the back. Move the legs again. Touch, touch. All right, now squeeze back, squeeze, squeeze. Feet in place. Down, 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 up. And a little lower. Stomach's in, neck and shoulders. Our head is up over your neck and shoulders, and lift out. Bend those wrists, straighten those elbows. Up, 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 up. Great. Swing that leg, touch your hip. All right, swing the leg, touch this hip. Let's go bigger, bigger. Bigger, big hands, out. Ooh, my rug moved. Reach. And how about one arm if two arms are too unbalanced? Reach. Let's switch legs. So you'll be moving your right leg, just kick it across. Get ready with your hands to touch the hip. At the same time, press, kick. Take your time to get stable. You don't have to go as fast as I'm going. Reach, reach, reach. If it's easier just with one hand, by all means. And if it feels awkward, don't worry, we'll be done soon. Nobody can see you. All right, twist, up, twist, up, gently, okay? I know some of you are dealing with tender backs, so twisting might be something that you'll have to do very slowly without any force or jerking motion, okay? Like holding a butterfly, you can close your hand without squeezing. In the same way, you can do gentle twists that are in a very relaxed way. But this class happens to be high energy, so you'll just have to modify for yourself. All right, let's go back to reaching towards the feet. Reach, lifting the knees, squeezing the belly. When you go on to the movewithcassie.com website, you will see, there's two kinds of classes. There's Gentle Fit and Forever Fit. So you can, first of all, pick whether you want to be all seated or standing on the floor. But then you can also look in the descriptions for classes that are for beginners, or relaxing, or high energy, or for balance. And that is really the benefit of being a member on the website. And right now, because of the COVID-19, we've got 3 months free. So take advantage of that. Otherwise, we've always got a week trial for free on there. The advantages of being a member is really having all of those descriptions and being able to feel like you're part of a community, because then all the friends are on Facebook. All right, down, down. And you can also ask me questions, and to the back, and do it anytime you want. All right, let's go ahead and do some kicking one leg at a time. But I also have plenty of movement tutorials on there too, because I always want to make sure people are moving in a way that's not going to re-injure themselves. It's going to be good for your knees and back. Reach, 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 reach. And plenty of instruction on how to deal with injuries. Reach. Hopefully you guys feel like you've used a little bit more energy today. You've got your breathing up, a little deeper breathing. Bring clean blood and nutrients to your brain and to every part of your body. And it also carries away debris and waste. A little bit more. Last one. All right, now kicking to the back to stretch these. We'll be moving on here shortly to a bunch of hamstring stretches. Slowing it down. All right, now left and right. Nice deep breaths to start slowing down your heart. Let's take a breath, a deep belly inhale to the count of 5. Inhale, keep going, and then hold, and then exhale. Exhale every little bit. Out. Keep going, keep going. All right, inhale, and then exhale. All of it. Keep going while I'm talking. Out, out, out. Pull in your belly. Good. Really good. I like doing those like 5 counts to inhale, 5 count hold, 5 count exhale, 5 count hold. That's really, I think that's called like a square breathing technique. All right. Have nice wide legs. We're still using big muscles, and let's just do some nice circles with the arm. A couple more. Switch, lift, down, up, and down. All right, almost done with this segment. Really good. Let's turn it towards your right. And what I'd like you guys to think about a moment is, because we are going to be doing a lot of hamstring stretches, here's just a little heads up. If some of you have a real deep arch right here, you've already been told you've got a big anterior pelvic tilt, then your hamstrings are probably going to be already stretched to their limits from that. And you won't want to be doing all of our stretches, because you really don't need to stretch your hamstrings. You need to stretch these muscles up front so that you can get your tailbone out of this overstretched position. So just a little bit of warning. Hamstring stretches aren't for everybody. Some people need the front to be stretched instead. Let's start by just taking a small step back. All right, and putting your weight on that back leg. We do this one quite a bit. It's just a nice way to do a standing hamstring stretch. Inhale, exhale. Right now you can let your back relax and slide your hands down towards your ankles. And then we'll come right back up. And then we'll switch. Big inhale, switch feet, exhale, and let your weight fall back. Your hips go back. Your weight is, there you go. We'll switch again. Hips go back. Torso rounds forward. That's what I wanted to say. And the other way. Inhale, exhale. One foot at a time. The front leg is the one that's getting the hamstrings stretched. And it's not getting too stretched right now with a rounded spine, but the next one with a flat spine, there we go. We can only go forward a little bit when we keep our back flat like this. Let's pull the foot up. In fact, you might have to bring your torso up a little bit, because it's a very strong pull all the way down to your foot. Let's come up a little bit. I've got my weight on this back foot, so if you don't, figure it out. Take a little bit of time to figure out how to do that. And let's rotate the front leg. If you feel like you've warmed up a little bit, you can press from right down low, stick the chest out. You can put a little bit of weight on your thighs, and we'll switch legs. Inhale, step it back, stick the chest out, pinch the back, and sit back on your back foot, your back heel. Okay, come up enough to inhale big. Whenever we do these stretches, we try to go in a very incremental way. So the first couple repetitions, you won't go very deep, and then you'll come out of it. Inhale, exhale, and you'll get maybe a centimeter deeper. Inhale, exhale, and that way you're not forcing anything. You're not making your body try to protect itself and tighten up. Now let's rotate. Good. Let's do a little stretch to the front of the hip flexors here. I'm just going to grab a chair. We'll be using this in a moment. So let's grab your ankle, squeeze your bottom, okay? So as I squeezed my butt, it made my hips tuck under. Big inhale, and then you're going to press the knee towards the floor and stir. We might have done this one, I think, yesterday or the day before when we were doing hip flexors. There we go. Shake that off. Let's do that other leg. Reach back, grab that ankle, inhale, squeeze your bottom, and then press the knee towards the floor. It's a really strong pull. Circle that knee. Good. Now you have a couple options depending on what kind of chair or furniture you have around. Getting your leg all the way up on top of the chair might be too much at first. I've got this nice lower bar here. I could always use this. So it's one step up from the floor. Maybe you've got a stool at home if your hamstrings are really tight. And maybe you don't know if your hamstrings are very tight. Here's a clue. If when you get your leg up and your chest kind of sinks in and your shoulders come forward, this is a clue you're very tight through your hamstrings and your glutes and your low back. And we need to start stretching all of these things. So before we get our leg up, let's do some modified cat and cows. That is a really great way to start stretching through the pelvis and the glutes. All right, so first thing, which is usually the easiest for everybody to do, is the cat. Push your back up. So this is just a yoga term, the cat and the cow. If you think of like a scaredy cat, Halloween cat, push those hands into the chair. Okay, now we'll do the opposite. I remember this one being called old nag, but I think yoga calls it a cow. But if you can remember maybe a horse that is super old and has that sway back, that's pretty much what you're trying to do, getting the hips up. Now let's get the neck out of your shoulders. Gives us a little leverage pushing on the chair. And you'll probably feel your hamstrings stretch. Shift around with this one. In fact, widen the feet a little bit and shift left and right. Because there's more than just your hamstrings involved in the tightness. There's the groin and the hips. Okay. All right, now arch up, head down, tuck the tailbone under, and then go back. And a little bend in the knees and arch. Hopefully you found that just by a little bend in the knees, you can get a little more movement in the pelvis. Remember, your pelvis is connected to your lower spine, and so we want to have full mobility in every joint. Push against the seat, get the head and neck out, pull the belly in, keep sitting back, and now we'll open the feet and shift left and right. Straighten one knee and then the other. Let's do a little twist and go the other way. So I'm going to turn a little bit towards the camera so you see what I'm doing. I'm going to shift my hips one direction and then drop a shoulder and enjoy the stretch to the inner thigh. All right, come out of that and one more cat. Inhale. Exhale, a little soft bend in the knees, matching your breathing to the shifting in movements. All right, bend one knee, pop one hip. Let's go the other way. Okay, so you'll bend one knee and I call it popping a hip. You can do it standing, but this adds a slightly different stretch. All right. Experiment with these. One more knee bend and one more cat. All right, let's move the hands across the chair. Move your feet a little bit more away from the seat and bend those knees and straighten. Bend the knees and straighten. All right, we'll come up out of that one. Good. One more tuck and arch. Now let's go ahead and bring this foot up either to a low level or to a high level. And we'll sink into it and pull it back. This is probably one of the harder things to do before we even get onto the ground. But work into it incrementally. Let's start with two knees that are bent. Shift the hips around. This is just sitting into these with some bent knees is a great beginning for stretching the hamstrings. Inhale, exhale. And we're sticking the chest out right now. I'm not rounding. I know some of you are really tight, so you're struggling to get out of this position. So you'll have to come up a little higher. Maybe put your foot a little lower. Find some object that's lower than your chair, perhaps. And then, all right, sitting back. There you go. Inhale. All right, let's do the other leg. All right. So once again, you have your foot wherever it's comfortable for you. And we'll start with doing just some hip shifts. We have two bent knees, shifting your hips left and right. We'll start with a tuck under. And then the harder one, which is pulling back with the hips, okay? I often see people try to compensate for a tight hamstring and glutes by sticking their head and neck up like that. And your head and neck isn't going to help you stretch your hamstrings. So tuck under first, and then just keep the head and neck relaxed and try to just sit into the standing leg. Now I'll say stick your chest out, and that's fine, that helps, but don't be working your neck. Just try to be conscious of that. All right, tuck under and pull back. Shift around. Good. And once again, if you need your foot in a lower position, by all means go find a step stool somewhere. And you can breathe it in, and then a big exhale. Sit it back. Breathe it in. Sit it back. All right, shift around. Find what feels good for your hips. We'll go to the floor next. The floor is one of the best ways to stretch out. It's just a free stretching device. I know I have plenty of members, when I say we're going to the floor, they leave. So I don't want you to leave. If you don't like going to the floor, consider that you need it. You don't want to give up the life that's below your knees. That would be pretty sad and also kind of frightening. So we'll start by just gradually bending the knees. Okay, we're not all the way to the floor yet. On our toes, heels are up, hands on the floor, and trying to let those heels sink back towards the floor. There's a couple things you can do to make this more comfortable for yourself. You can open your knees to let room for your body. You can move your hands forward. Okay, we'll let the heels come up and back. All right, now we'll go back down to the floor with all of our knees, with both knees. Lift and down. Push and down. All right, keep your hands here now. And I'd like you to push into the floor, lift your knees. Head down. Knees down. Inhale. Knees up. Head down. Good. Well, your knees are probably crackling, just like mine, creating space as we put weight down through our bent knees. And that's good. We're helping the lymph nodes to clean out waste, inflammation. One more. And back down. Real good. Let's walk forward until you can get the tops of your feet down. And we'll just move the hips back towards your heels. Good. And now walk your hands out and let your hips go forward. Good. This is a nice back stretch. It's also good for your arms to hold you up. And right now, I'm letting my shoulders come up by my ears. Now push the shoulders down, get the neck up, and then we'll sit back. Inhale, exhale. Come right back forward. Let those hips come forward. Your arms are going to support your body. Keep the neck out of the shoulders. And now let the shoulders come up by the ears. One more press. And sit it back. Real good. All right, let's scoot onto your left hip. Do your best to get your legs out on the floor, both knees out on the floor. All right, lift. So this would be your right arm if you're mirroring me. And then I want you to look at that hand and then touch the floor. And then up. And then reach for that foot. Lift, over. Look at the floor, touch. Lift, look at your foot. Good. Let's extend that right leg. Hopefully you can extend it. If you can't, leave it bent and pull the toes up. Big inhale, exhale, and you will experiment with stretching the leg more and more. 31. Inhale, exhale. Good, lift. Okay, remember, a little bend in the knees, okay. And over. We'll be finishing up here. Time just went so fast today. Exhale. And then we'll switch sides. All right, two knees are hopefully as close as you can get them to the floor. Make yourself comfortable. And I know for some that's going to take more than just the few minutes we have here. But that's why I would love for you to do these classes every single day, because it's the consistency that's going to loosen you up, and you can get looser. I've seen plenty of my members go from super tight, ready to give up doing so many things they love, to having measurable improvements that I can visually see. And of course their family sees that they're looser, they're moving more youthful, they're getting off pain medications. It's really fabulous how the body is remarkable. It wants to stay strong. It wants to heal itself. It just needs a little help from us. Just like changing your oil, washing your vehicle, taking care of your home. Our body is the most important machine or vehicle or home we're ever going to have. So let's take care of it. All right. Remember, please, to like and share the videos and subscribe. And definitely go over to movewithcassie.com, look at the links below, and share this with a friend. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.